Welcome. So today I thought we would do a scalp treatment on Elahir's scalp. He's expressed that he's having some concerns about dryness and maybe some dandruff. So I made us a deep conditioner out of things pretty much anybody can find available in their fridge. So we have mayonnaise. Ours is an avocado based mayonnaise. We also have honey, which is really wonderful because honey is an antifungal and that's amazing for dandruff. And then we also have sugar, and you can use white sugar or brown sugar or whatever is available to you at the moment. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, okay? So I'm just gonna grab a brush and brush through his hair. We want to make sure there's no knots, nothing that a comb or a brush could get snagged on. Just all around the head. Take the time to brush under. Since we are going to be doing some parting, we want to make sure that it can easily just run through the hair, just like this. Okay. Alright. So if you're going to do this at home along with me, it's just important, or I guess kind, to ask the person that you have sitting here if they have a shirt that they're comfortable getting dirty, because we want to make sure that we don't, get their shirt too messy. So I happen to know that he just picked out a brand new shirt, so I think he's okay. Alright. So I'm going to start by just brushing his hair upwards. You'll notice that his hair is already wet, so it's going to stay pretty much in place. I recommend this for deep conditionings just because it makes the hair a little bit more porous and open if you use, and it also opens up pores in the scalp as well. So using warm water and just making sure to get the scalp nice and thoroughly wet evenly all across the hair. Okay. Alright. Then I'm going to take my gloved hand. You might have like a little hair paintbrush that people use for like coloring hair. But you can also just use a gloved hand like I'm going to use myself here. I'm going to take a comb and just do a simple easy little part here along the bottom of the hair. And I already have my comb a little bit covered in the deep conditioner we have ready, so just going to brush upwards. And we're just going to rub it into the hairline right here, just like that, very gently. Comb up, press down, and rub into the scalp. can hear my little pup in the background probably sniffing away. Okay. Just up, come down, just a little bit like that. Okay. Take some more conditioner. Rub it just like this into the scalp. Just like that. There we go. You may notice I'm kind of separating it into two different quadrants, and that's because I'm going to go ahead and get the other side once I'm finished with this side, so no worries about that. And just brush down, up, just like so. Down, away from the face, and up. It's excellent, perfect. Alright. And up, away from the face, and down like that. Just taking a moment to look out for any red spots that we might notice on the scalp. So we want to really rub this just right into the scalp there. Just be a little bit tender, not too rough, but just enough to cover the scalp. Okay. Coming up. Perfect. It's looking really nice. Just noticed a couple red spots, that's all. Nothing too bad. And when I am combing, I'm making sure to go from root to tip, root to tip. And up and away from the ear. The strand will become completely covered, which is nice. Make sure to do so, just because the oil from the mayonnaise is actually fantastic for the hair as well, if you're experiencing dryness. If you have fine hair, it is definitely important to make sure to wash this scalp treatment out really well, because if not, it can appear greasy. But the benefits from it are definitely worth it. So again, just draw that little back quadrant right there, coming down this little part, just part it like so. Perfect. Away from the face. And there's no need to overdo the conditioner by any means. It's definitely a little bit goes a long way, so I think you'll be okay with just little dabs here and there. You don't need a ton. It's definitely not necessary. So I'm just gonna do this part right up here, brushing backwards, away from the face. So that your client or friend can see nicely. Take care to notice for any bits of redness in the scalp. Okay. That's excellent. Okay. So I do notice that at the top of the head right here, the crown, it's always going to have a little bit of redness because people have cowlicks here. There can be a little bit more sun exposure up here because the hair will fall naturally. It's the highest point of the head. So we're going to do a little bit extra conditioner here, and we're going to mindfully rub it into the base of the scalp, just like so. Little dog noises in the background. She's relaxing too. Okay, brushing back, away from the face, away from the face. Taking our honey, mayonnaise, sugar mixture and just brushing backwards. Just brushing backwards. And just massaging into the roots of our hair. Brush back. Okay, let's see. Let's check up here. This hair's looking pretty healthy. It's looking very nice. Not too bad. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're going to brush backwards still. And we're almost to the hairline. When we get to the hairline, it's really important to just follow it with your conditioner treatment right at the front of the hairline. I'm going to follow it all along the side of the hair. Right. I'll go ahead and bring my deep conditioner with me. And cutting having a clean, nice part is helpful as well. Doesn't need to be perfect, but as best you can really does help. And then brushing down away from the hairline. It's excellent. Not seeing too many red spots, which is definitely ideal. We don't want to see too many red spots or any dandruff. But if we do, it's no problem. We'll just take care to gently rub it with our fingers. And with our deep conditioner. So, rubbing into the scalp. Rubbing into the scalp. Another ingredient I put into our mixture was lavender oil because it has soothing properties and it also smells very nice, which can take away from the stinkiness of the mayonnaise. Okay. Nice. I'm going to brush it back and away from the face. Lifting back and away from the face. Slicking down evenly from root to tip, from the root to the tip. That's excellent. Perfect. Okay. So once we finish, I'm just going to comb it back and out of the face, as well as away from the ears. Because while we let this set in the hair, I'm going to take our time to give Ella here a nice little ear massage. So definitely helps to go up and away from those ears and down to the nape of the neck. Once again, just making sure there's no little snags and that every bit of the hair is saturated. Okay. I'm going to remove my gloves because they'll be all sticky. I'm going to take a nice wet cloth and clean up the ear one side at a time. So I'm going to get on the inside. And then just clean up the neck a little, because you might notice some oil or honey leaking down a little as you go on which is totally normal, absolutely fine, but it can be a little bit uncomfortable for whoever's sitting in your chair. So I'm going to go ahead and reach across, clean up the other ear, getting inside the ridges. Excellent. Okay. So now I'll begin with the ear massage. I'm going to take a little bit of lotion and rub it between my fingers. We're going to grab the ear between our forefinger and our thumb. Both hands. Do kind of pinching, swirling motion down to the lobe of the ear, like so. So like a pinching, swirling motion. And then just pinch it all the way down to the base of the ear. That's just going to stimulate blood flow. Excellent. Okay. And just down here. On the bone, take our thumb, press downwards, almost like a draining motion, just like that. Okay. And as we're going, if we notice some small drips, we can take the time to just wipe it up. Again, whoever's sitting here, you want them to be as comfortable as possible, so just gonna take care to keep my eye on that. And rubbing in between my hands and down the ear, just like that. Then I'm gonna move in a clockwise motion and counterclockwise. Okay. Then I'll support the ear with my hand here and take my finger and just run it along the front of the ear. Running it along the front of the ear. This can be very nice and peaceful. And do a little bit of tapping, tapping, tapping. Always in a downward motion. Downwards, downwards, downwards. Wonderful. Following it up and down, up and down, and then just pulling forward, or just pulling at the ear, gently, very gently though. Don't want to go crazy. Okay. And then anytime I remove my hands from somebody, I like to do it slowly, no abrupt motions, so that they can really still feel the peacefulness and the calmness that I'm trying to relay to them. Just nice, light, ending strokes. Okay. And we're going to wipe this little drip over here. Okay. Alright, we're going to go to the next ear. So lotioning in the hands once again. Push up and away on the hair. We're just going to work our way down the ear. Just work our way down. Again, employing that pinching motion, but very lightly. It's not a hard pinch. It's a very nice, gentle pinching motion. We're pulling outwards and away from the body, just like that. Outwards, away from the body. Okay, just like so. Then we're taking our index finger and running it right along the inner ear, pulling downward, up, and right along that inner ear. Okay? We're going to massage the ear downward, 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 in almost a spiral-like fashion, just like that. And between our thumb and our forefinger again, just little nice pinching motions. Then following that bone to the base of the neck, up and around the bone, down to the base of the neck, just like so. Just real smooth. We don't want any abrupt motions. Then once again, I'm going to support the ear with the palm of my hand, and take this little index finger and run it right along the top of the ear, just like that. Just like that. And then we're pulling outwards, never too hard, nothing too rough. And clockwise. Perfect. Counterclockwise. And then down towards the neck. Towards the neck. That's lovely. Okay. Gonna rub the shoulders, down to the shoulders, and down to the nape of the neck, down to the nape of the neck. That's excellent. Okay. And then once again, we very lightly remove our hands. Nothing too jarring or abrupt. We almost want to tap and release, tap and release. Okay, so go ahead and look up a little. There. So because he's been holding his neck in the same position for quite some time, as well as his back, we just want to check on these areas before we have him released to go wash this out of his hair. We just want to check on the back by running our hand vertically down the spine, taking care to make sure you have some support with this hand on the front of the chest. Just run down that spine. Just make sure they feel supported and that there's no knots or anything that we've created by having someone sitting in this position for so long. So I feel a little bit of a bump right here. I'm going to go ahead and work my fingers in there and just hold and release that bump. Just hold and let it go. Just press and we're going to let it go. Then I'm going to check the other shoulder blade, since that's where El here seems to store the majority of his tension. I'm going to check right under here. Okay, looks like that side's alright. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so we're just going to let this sit a little bit longer, and I hope that was enjoyable for you. I have another video coming out real soon, and I look forward to seeing you again.